Welcome back to AM Northwest. If you don't love your home, there's really no need to sell it. Instead, stage it. Here to share some simple, no and low-cost ways to fix common problem spots, we welcome professional home stager Shanna O'Brien. Good to have you with us, Shanna.
Hi, Helen.
This is a great concept because the idea is not staging to sell your home, but staging so you stay home and you love it. Right?
And it's just creating a space that you're comfortable in and that you love to be in.
For those of us who've sold a home, it's often when we clear the clutter and do all that and get it ready to sell that we say, oh, I think I like it, I'm going to stay here.
Well, and that's exactly kind of how this topic comes about, because I'm a realtor and a stager, and I usually go into somebody's home when they're ready to put it on the market and make a move.
Right.
And I'll go through with them and we'll walk through and we'll create that little punch list of things we need to take care of. And as they take care of them, they start to look around and they say, oh, wow, I actually really do like this place.
Like this, yeah, isn't that funny? All right, let's talk about one of the big basics is just clean and declutter.
And it's the perfect time of year. We're all kind of getting that spring fever as the weather gets nice. We get into spring cleaning mode. So a basic decluttering, look at the difference that makes. And this, we're not talking about somebody who's on hoarders on the show.
No.
This is just a room that had too much stuff in it. Pull some things out. And it just changes the whole feeling of the space.
We just don't see what we've gathered up. We just get used to it.
And the same thing here. They removed items and opened up the windows. And as part of that spring cleaning, if we can remember to hit the windows, and especially if you are looking to sell, nothing looks worse in listing photos than spotty windows.
Oh, you're so right. And then opening up the windows was a big one. Because the more light you let in, the airier and bigger it feels.
Yeah, and fussy window treatments are not a thing anymore.
No,
we don't need that.
Keep them simple, right?
Keep it simple. Let in as much natural light as you can let in.
Okay, and then create a landing pad.
So we usually walk into the house and dump our stuff.
Right.
And so a landing pad is just a place where you come in, especially with kids, at a whole new dimension of clutter.
Look where the dog ended up.
So waiting for the kids to get home. So you've got hooks for the backpacks. I would throw in a hook for my purse. You've got your boards for the important papers that the kids need, a place to put their shoes. I mean, do you ever walk into somebody's house and there's 8 pairs of shoes in front of the front door?
Yeah.
So it's just creating a space, and that space might be the front door, the back door, the mudroom, inside the garage. It doesn't have to be right at the front door. And this is a home that doesn't have a home office, and they were being overrun with paper clutter. As when you walk in, I know when I walk in with the mail, it's 90% junk mail.
No, you're right.
And it ends up in a stack.
Right.
And so this was a little workstation that this homeowner set up. Walk in the door, put your keys away, sort the mail, and shred the junk mail.
Oh, it's all right there.
On the spot, so they're not even bringing all that paper clutter into the house.
Oh, that's a perfect idea. Bring the outdoors inside.
Bring the outdoors in, opening up those windows, avoiding the fussy window dressings, and just having as much natural light as you can have.
And tell us about this.
Well, one of the problems with that is if you don't have a nice view.
Right.
And so a lot of people will deal with that from the inside with some kind of curtain to hide it. And this was a little bungalow, master bedroom on the front of the house, looking out to the street, and across the street an elementary school. Not exactly your serene environment that you want to throw the windows open.
Right.
So they dealt with it from the outside by installing a privacy screen. It had beautiful plants on both sides of it.
Wow.
So you could still open the window, get the fresh air,
and the light, right?
And the light, and not have the school in your face. You were like looking out into a little garden.
Oh, that's great.
And from the street, it gave it great curb appeal. It was a nice touch that was still attractive.
I understand one of your tips is to paint the trim on the inside of your house, because that can
a little bit of paint goes a long way.
Look at that. That's a great difference.
Great difference. Now, if you're buying a Craftsman or an old Portland bungalow, don't go in and paint the wood trim.
No.
But this 90s oak isn't doing this house any favors.
Oh my gosh, I have this problem.
It's just so dated.
Yeah.
So all they did in this picture is paint the window trim, the baseboards, and the handrail on the stairs. Completely modernized the look. It's bright, it's airy, and it just freshened it up so much.
One of the things that makes me smile when I walk past a house is the front door. And if it's like bright and pretty,
and again, using that paint, even on the outside for your curb appeal. And it's kind of hard to see in my picture, but they painted the screen door is painted red. They added new light fixtures and put down a new welcome mat. That's a one-day project that would be under $100.
And don't you think that people often make up their minds as soon as they're heading into the front door?
Absolutely. You have a first impression about what the outside of the house looks like.
Right.
And if you putter in the garden at all, and I'm not a gardener, you know what a bag of mulch can do. I mean,
yeah.
it just freshens everything up. So the little touches can make a big difference. And in this house, all they did was trim back the overgrown bushes
Right.
and paint the front door. It's like a completely different house.
It's a different house.
And that's not just something for selling the house, that's for you. When you come home to your home and you're
Right.
walking up and you want to have that feeling of being glad that you're home and loving where you live. That's kind of the theme of my business, is to love where you live. And
Right.
buying a new house isn't always the right option.
One of the top tips in the decluttering department is decluttering and depersonalizing. But
Yes.
that'd be the one thing you wouldn't want to do, is not depersonalize it, right?
Yes, if it's your home, you want to have the things that you love.
Right.
And you just don't
Like
need
pictures
you
of
don't
the
need
family.
50 of them.
Right.
And so just paring down, keeping the things that you love, the elements that make it home to you, but paring them down makes a
Right.
huge difference.
As opposed to having 5 million family portraits, go to one that you all just love.
One that you love, or your 3 favorites, and
Right.
swap them out as new ones come in, as opposed to just keep building.
Right. So many of us have it all up the stairway, all
Yes.
the pictures. That's great. All good tips, Shanna. I appreciate